Remember when James Cameron nearly directed a Spider-Man movie?
What about when we almost got Batman Year One with Joaquin Phoenix?
Or David Goyer's Flash movie that would have starred Ryan Reynolds?
Well, if you want to learn about all the unmade superhero movies, then check out Superhero Stuff You Should Know.
Hosted by Ben Wan and Alex Ramsey, every month we cover nostalgic superhero movies with deep dives into unmade scripts, early drafts, deleted scenes, alternate cuts, concept art, novelizations, and tie-in novels.
We also interview the people involved in making the superhero films of our childhood, with our past guests including superhero actors, directors, screenwriters, and concept artists.
So remember, that's Superhero Stuff You Should Know, or Superhero SYSK on social media. Check us out on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts.
Katie, we promised this last week, so for those of you who missed it, we were covering MXPX's On the Cover, and I talked about how on the sequel to On the Cover, they did Somebody to Love by Queen with Bryce from the Rocket Summer, and how disappointed I was because I was a huge fan of both bands, and I didn't think they did a particularly good job, and you had revealed to me that you weren't familiar with this band.
No, yeah.
And
I'm completely shocked at how I missed this, but yeah.
Well, and this was one, so like, timing of this was perfect. This is one of my favorite albums. This is one of Barb's favorite albums, and Barb was not a church kid. She was just like a MySpace emo pop punk person. And when we were driving home from Pittsburgh all night because of a blood, we were in a hotel room that had blood on the walls, no big deal. But we decided to not spend the night and instead drive the 5 hours home to Philly. And this was one of the albums we put on to like keep energies high as we were driving in the middle of the night. And so this whole album was like fresh in my head. And I was like, you haven't heard this? That's it. Whatever was on the schedule for next week, we're canceling it because you need to know this album. And like there's other good, like this isn't to say the other Rocket Summer albums aren't good. They are. But this, to me, is like the pinnacle of what the Rocket Summer was, which I think I promised you was like the total opposite of Dashboard Confessional. Like where Dashboard Confessional was like acoustic, sad breakup songs. These are just hopeful, piano-driven songs about joy.
Which was such a shock and such a beautiful way to wake up this morning, because I didn't fall asleep till very late last night because of I drank a Coke Zero at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and that meant I was up until 3 because caffeine sucks. But could we just real quick, before we get into all this, go back to the hotel with the blood on the walls?
Yeah, Days Inn. We were staying at a. We were going to see Punchline play this music festival and do merch for them, and their manager was like, "Hey, we found this Days Inn that's literally directly behind the venue. It's only $60 a night, so we're gonna stay there Friday and Saturday, or Saturday and Sunday if you want to do the same." So we booked it, and then Barb and I didn't get there till late Saturday night. And we texted them, and they're like, we're sorry we're sorry the hotel sucks. And I was like, oh, no. Like, so we get to the room.
We're just saying something about a Days Inn, because a Days Inn's not really, like, the pinnacle of freshness to begin with.
Your expectations are already low. So we walked in, and we're like, this isn't too bad. But it was like 11 at night. We were tired. We sit down on the bed, and we're like, this is awful. Like, the sheets felt gross. So we had, like, 20 minutes to run to Target and get some sheets. So we're like,
bought sheets for Days Inn? No.
Well, we bought we bought 2 fleeces for $15 of a fleece that we could bring home and wash. But we bought fleeces to just kind of like wrap ourselves in while we laid on top of the bed. And we fell asleep. But in the morning is when we found the blood stains on the walls and above the air conditioning unit and dripped across the tables. So somebody had a bad time in our hotel room.
Yeah, no
but
shit.
we were like, we're not going to stay here tonight. We're just going to try to drive home throughout the night. And everybody in Punchline made the same decision. None of them had blood on their walls, but they all had like equally just like,
gross,
the AC just does it. Yeah. So, I mean, they only had to drive from, Pittsburgh to Pittsburgh, basically. But, Pittsburgh to Philly is a bit of a hike. But We were able to make it without falling asleep thanks to Rocket Summer. Hello, good friend. There's something that I don't know if you know this about this album.
Probably not.
The lead singer of this band, Bryce Avery, is a multi-instrumentalist. He is playing every single piece of this album.
Oh, fuck off. I was wondering because it was just his just his photo, and I was like, oh, where's the rest of the band? Is this one of those guys
he's
that's
the
like,
entire band.
Holy cow.
He plays the drums, the bass, the keys. So I actually read an interview from like a recent interview with him, and they're like, you do all the music yourself. What's your current tour setup? And he goes, I have a drummer and a bass player, and then I handle everything else because I get bored sitting still. So he like will play the piano on songs that require piano. He'll get up and grab the guitar and do the guitar on songs that need guitar. Like he'll like be up and moving and playing all these different instruments. So he's he's super talented. I love his vocals, which I think his vocals could be annoying to some people. It is that like nasally emo vocal, but I think it works for his songs really, really well.
I do too. And here's the crazy thing is that like I totally understand the Dashboard Confessional element to it because it does have that like, especially on sort of the like more downbeat songs, it has a little bit of that flair to it, but it's just so much less whiny and just so much more hopeful. And like I was like, oh, what a delightful surprise this all is.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's start on the first track, which is a real short one, but I feel like it's you know what? These were some of the lyrics I needed to read today, almost in my 40s. Or at the time this comes out, I'll be in my 40s. Oh, no. But this is the song Move Across the Block, Move to the Other Side of the Block.
So we try and try all of our lives, working with such pride.
And the lyrics are, so we try and try all of our life, working with such pride, making cash just to survive. As we race and grade and judge away other folks' mistakes, makes us good to feel that way. And don't you know it never stops? You try to please the world and beat a ticking clock, but I'm not letting it happen this time. Because if you don't fail and reach your bail, I feel secure because I'm in this jail and I'm not letting it happen this time. So I'll move to the other side of the block where we don't ever have to stop making rounds, having laughs, singing the sounds of relaxing. And on the other side of the block of the clock, the power switch will be turned off and all is well and time will stand still and I'll be locked out of my jail. The concept here just being like, the life of working a 9 to 5 and the office politics is not my life. And it took me a long time to piece together. This is the first time I sat down and read the lyrics. I'm like, oh, he's literally not talking about the other side of a street. He's literally talking about like, I'm gonna live the 5 to 9 life as opposed to the 9 to 5 life.
Right. That interesting, but fun. Like I didn't get to delve too deeply into the lyrics of all of these, but like, what a great short intro that isn't like a weird, gross sketch.
Yeah. Oh, we get no sketches on this, which is phenomenal.
Yeah. No, I really dig it. I'm so shocked that is this an East Coast band?
I don't know where the Rocket Summer is from. Let me check.
Okay, because it feels like they
did like Warped tours and stuff like that. So they like, I think I found out they were Christian after I had heard them. Like I think that they were kind of like that secret band. They are from Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas.
Okay.
So neither coast. They're they're southern.
That's even more shocking.
Yeah.
Kind of,
But yeah, the very short song leads into what I think is more traditionally the opening, the real first song, I Was So Alone.
Yeah.
And like this song is so good, like punches you in the face with how upbeat and hopeful it is. Now this is the fun game we get to play with Rocket Summer, which is which of these are actual love songs and which of these are songs for Jesus, because he's not he does a Christian artist the way everyone I think should do a
Should
Christian
do it.
artist.
Yeah, no,
which is
it's-
like it's super subtle, and then like the very last track has like a hidden track that's kind of like, hey, here's my mission
Here's
statement.
Jesus-y. Yeah. No, like, and I don't mind the symbolism. I don't mind the like you could make it about a girl or you could make it about Jesus. Like, I do like that ambiguity when it comes to music, because not everybody is like gung ho about praising Jesus right off the top of the fucking dome.
We're gonna get. It's not "I Was So Alone" just yet, but there is a song on this that I thought for sure was a love song to a girl, and then Barb today was like, "Homeboy, that song is definitely about Jesus," and then I was like, "No," and I pulled up the lyrics, and now I'm like, "Oh yeah, this is like definitely about Jesus," but it's not "I Was So Alone."
Yeah.
Let's go through these lyrics and decide is this about God? But don't sit down. I'm wanting this to be a supernatural flood of life and not just make believe. Singing about what's real to me, gasping for air, trying to breathe while being pulled down by me. I love the concept of that. The like gasping for air, trying to breathe while I'm the one pulling myself down anyway. Because talk about relatable. Like, how many times have we been our own fucking hurdle in our lives?
The exact downfall of, and yeah, I can totally understand why this would seem. I think only because I came into this knowing that we were doing this for Christian Cringe, I was thinking about it within the context, but like, it was also really nice to just listen and not be like beat over the head with it. So I totally understand.
It's the opposite of listening to Stryper, where Stryper was like smacking you in the face with how Christian of a band they were.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah, no, this actually has some artistry and some subtlety to it. And yeah, I agree. It's very relatable. That's the thing that makes it so good, is that, yeah, I get in my own way all the time. So a supernatural flood of life could be, a Noah's Ark situation, but it also could be like all of the influence that I put on my own life.
Exactly. So he says, while thinking so hard just to stay alive, treading over time while I'm slowly dying, I take one last breath and one last prayer to survive the waves. They break on me. The air hits my face. My unthinkable prayer, this newfound grace, I swallowed the air, quick to ease. It's such a beautiful day. I was so alone. I was to myself. I thought I was on my way, but I was missing you. So make it up, break it up, take this wherever you want. And I want to go. Just stay this way on this train, which I roll. Yeah, this is about God.
Yeah, this is 100% about God.
This is 100% a God song.
But like again, I can still understand where you're coming from about it. Like, oh, someone save me, or like, bring me out of this, or I don't want to be alone anymore. And like, I totally get it.
Yeah. Now, track 3 is the one that I thought was a love song, and Barb was like, homeboy, this could not be more about Jesus, which
Around
is
the Clock.
Around the Clock.
Dance until we just can't. Keep clapping our hands to the songs and keep dancing around to the joyful sound.
And especially in this first verse.
I love
He
that
says-
Barb is the one that's like, oh.
Yeah, she's like, are you an idiot?
No.
So it's dance until we just can't, clap our hands to the songs, and get dancing around to the joyful sound that the band plays as his smiling face just shines away, making things as big as a train.
Hey,
April,
listen.
May, June, and July we'll hang outside. August and February all the time, talking our way through March, hanging out always till this starts. Over and over again, you promise that it won't end. So I will try to find the right way to begin.
Man, Genius has like the completely wrong lyrics on this.
Yeah, well, you know where I'm at. I
You're
was
on
like,
the-
I don't want to deal with Jesus, with the Genius, because that site is so full of pop-ups that it just like breaks my computer sometimes.
Understandably.
I'm reading the lyrics on JesusFreakHideout.com.
Okay. Jesus Freak Hideout. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
But yeah, I never clocked the as his smiling face shines away.
That's
I'm like,
what I
oh
was
yeah,
like-
that's
Oh, it could be a gay thing, you don't know.
It's pretty overt. It's pretty direct. Especially when you get to the chorus of how I am not into the idea of living without you, and I am not into the idea of being without you. This won't be a sad song. There's gonna be See, this says there's going to be a classic sing-along, but I think there's going to be claps and singing along.
So that's what Genius says. There's going to be claps and singing along because it's
I was reading along on Spotify, and it said claps as well. So I'm going to go with claps being correct.
I need
there's gonna
Spotify
be
to
claps
have
and
their
singing
lyrics
along.
a little bit more easier to actually
Yeah, you have to
find.
scroll all the way to the bottom on your phone. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is definitely about God. Beautiful colors that came from you. So this one goes out to the reds and yellows and blues. And of course, I can't forget the beautiful colors on the day that we first met. So I will never know the right way to say thanks for all the nights and days you spent hanging out. That's what this is about. See, that's where I'm like, this might not be about God. This also might be about a person.
I love that. I love that.
Whatever. But yeah, this is a...
Whatever. No, but I love that it's like kind of overtly gay if it is about just another dude.
This is the chunk of the album where we were like, I think that this is one of the best sing-along albums I've ever owned.
Sure.
But like, especially if you're in a car with someone else who knows this, like us singing along to that, 'cause I am not into the idea of being without you. Like,
Understandably, like I don't know how I missed this one. This is like so up my alley, especially this came out in 2005.
that's why I couldn't believe. I was like, this is like
Prime.
exactly the music I think of Katie Hampton rocking out to.
Oh my God,
Like-
I would have just completely... I mean, I would have loved to have known this before Dashboard Confessionals because I think that was in my moody era, and I would rather have heard this.
I did not research this. I'm willing to bet that Rocket Summer at some point probably toured with Relient K as an opener. It
I
just
bet,
feels like it would make sense.
Yeah.
So this was a song, track 4, I'm Doing Everything for You.
Mm-hmm.
Was one that I didn't pay attention to when I first got this album, but in the last like couple years, this is like quickly jumped up as one of my favorites.
Oh, cool. Okay.
On this, like, so for me, it's, you know, it's this kind of, the piano's gone for a little bit. Now it's like a little bit of just like a dancey little like acoustic guitar. And this one is undeniably a love song. Like this is one of the ones that is very obviously a love song. It gets to this line. Yeah, it's the bridge. The bridge I love, where he says, "'Cause I do want to wait for another day so I can make this right. I do want to make this go on for much longer, because you've got a ringless finger and I could go buy a ring right now, but actually I don't have money, but that's okay because I could figure it out." Like,
Aww.
just like right now in 2005, that is very much my vibe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's like,
yeah.
hey, I definitely want to marry you. I do not have the
ring.
funds right now, but I will figure this out eventually.
I gotta say, if you have any family heirlooms, that's what Mark got me, and it just happened
good
to
move.
fit.
It's a good move.
Yeah, just putting that out there, you know. But we could also we can do some stuff there, Matt. We can help.
And listen. I don't know if Barb listens to Christian Cringe. I don't. So
I don't
we can
know
talk
either.
about this a little bit more openly than some of the other ones.
Hey, listen, Internet Supreme Court's not on anymore. So.
That's true. But no, I think she'll listen to this episode because she loves this album.
It's a great album, and well done, Barb, for calling out that I would totally love this.
Yeah. Another one that was kind of late for me to get into was Tell Me Something Good. We're still on the... I think when I first got this album, I just wanted the piano-driven songs. So,
Yeah.
like, anytime that I, like, didn't hear the piano, I'd, like, zone out a little bit. But some of these acoustic songs have some, like, top-tier songwriting.
Yeah,
in
yeah. What's the best part about this one, do you think? Like, what's the best lyric that you're super into?
I think it's just the chorus.
Okay.
The like, tell me something good. You got it. So why am I so misunderstood? Because I want to know this. So, you know what? This is a prime example to put out what I like about the Rocket Summer is I wish that I could have Mark from the Nevermind the Music podcast on right now. So Nevermind the Music. It's my friend Mark, and his coworker Nicole. Mark is a music theory teacher, and Nicole is a psychology teacher.
Cool.
And they take one piece of music, and he explains why it's interesting from a musical theory stance, and then she explains psychologically what that song does to people and why they probably like it from like a headier perspective.
We have to bring them on.
Listen, I will never regret. He contacted me about Geekscape, but it was like a couple weeks before Comic-Con.
Oh.
So I was like, I'll get back to him after Comic-Con, and they ended up signing to a different network.
Good for
by
them.
the time I came back. But yeah, listen, I will never be the kind of guy who poaches a show, but
Sure,
if they're ever unhappy at the network that they're at, they know how to get me.
Yeah.
But I would love to hear Mark explain something about the Rocket Summer that I think is really interesting, which is like his melodies and his choruses always have like this weird, I'm trying to think of how to explain it. Like most songs, okay, I'm going to use Blink-182 as an example, right?
Okay.
The song Damn It by Blink-182. It's like, it's all right to tell me what you think about me. Like, it's this very static, repetitive medley. He writes these things where, like, the rhyme is it's more like following hip-hop rhymes, where the rhymes are kind of scattered in between there. So, like, tell me something good, you got it, and why am I so misunderstood? And I want to know
it's
that.
A little bit,
like,
it's a little bit syncopated in a way, yeah.
A lot of his songs do that, which I think is interesting and different, and like shows a little bit more of an elevated songwriting.
No, it's interesting and it's incredible. And like for 2005, that's pretty amazing. How did I miss this, man?
Yeah.
This is
Well,
like
because-
such good shit.
Yeah, well, and because I think that it does this trick to you a little bit where a lot of the time when you're listening to pop music specifically and pop punk music, part of whether you realize it or not, I think like internally you're trying to guess what the next line is going to be. You're trying to piece together where the song is going, and you can quickly pick up the chorus. And his is like intentionally difficult to pick up on the first listen because it's not this like na 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 na. Like, it's like, oh no, there's not like a rhythm that you can quickly latch onto.
Yeah. And he switches his rhythms quite a bit, and I love it.
The bridges, this is like the most pronounced bridges to verses and choruses I've heard in music.
This song in particular, I do love this one. I want to be like the mountain. I want to stand taller and bigger than the rest. I just want to be it, a guy who wins all the time. I want to be a big star, a king, and rule my own life. But God, I know that it's wrong. So please just make my heart right inside and destroy my pride. Like, that's what all of my like anxiety and shit was like defined as in the early mid 2000s.
You would have connected to that bridge so hard in 2005.
So hard.
You're like, Bryce, how are you looking into my heart?
Yeah.
Remember when James Cameron nearly directed a Spider-Man movie?
What about when we almost got Batman Year One with Joaquin Phoenix?
Or David Goyer's Flash movie that would have starred Ryan Reynolds?
Well, if you want to learn about all the unmade superhero movies, then check out Superhero Stuff You Should Know.
Hosted by Ben Wan and Alex Ramsey, every month we cover nostalgic superhero movies with deep dives into unmade scripts, early drafts, deleted scenes, alternate cuts, concept art, novelizations, and tie-in novels.
We also interview the people involved in making the superhero films of our childhood, with our past guests including superhero actors, directors, screenwriters, and concept artists.
So remember, that's Superhero Stuff You Should Know, or Superhero SYSK on social media. Check us out on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you like to laugh, geek out on music, and learn all about that band or artist who had that one song back in the day, but then seemed to fall off the face of the earth? If so, you need to subscribe to One Hit Thunder. Together with an array of interesting and hilarious guests, we do a weekly dive into one-hit wonders like Eiffel 65's Blue, Krayshawn's Gucci Gucci, EMF's Unbelievable, Delamitri's Roll to Me, Los Del Rio's Macarena, Musical Youth's Pass to Dutchie, and even Patrick Swayze's She's Like the Wind. So are you subscribed to One Hit Thunder or what? As Desiree would say, you gotta be. And as K7 would encourage, you gotta come, baby, come and join in on the fun of the One Hit Thunder podcast.
Come, baby, come, baby, baby, come, come.
The next song, my favorite song in the album, track 6, Never Knew.
Oh, yeah.
So I have a memory of this song. It was a group of friends from college that introduced Rocket Summer to me. They were like diehard Rocket Summer fans. Mm-hmm. So this was like every car, this was in someone's CD, like the 5-disc car CD thing. This was always one of the 5 CDs for everybody. And when I was planning to move to California, I was listening to this with a friend while we were driving to the mountains. We were doing like a farewell mountains party. Aww. And I remember I started crying listening to this song on the drive home. And I don't think he noticed because it wasn't like a hard sob, but it was like, when your eyes well up a little bit.
Yeah.
And like ever since then, this has been my favorite song on the album. And I'm looking at the lyrics now and I think I can understand why it hit me more than most of the other songs. But so the verse goes, so I just ran into a few someones today, someones that I never really knew, and I used to think how I had them all so figured out, but no, none of that's true, because I never knew you, and now the truth of it is I want to be like you. So hello, good friend, I want to be next to you, for my head, for my heart, for it's true. So I'm burning the thoughts of the things that I once said, because you tore down the walls that the world has put inside my head, and I just get sick of the things that we think we know. And the chorus again, no, none of it's true. And then you get to this bridge, and I think the bridge is where everything started to hit me. So take me and save me and change me, then make me and embrace me, and then brave my heart for you, because I can't go on without you, and it's time for something, never knowing, because no, none of it's true. I never knew you. The truth of it is I want to be like you. So hello, good friend, I want to be next to you. From my head to my heart, for it's true. And as they stroll along, my heart broke out in song from all the things and the thoughts and assumptions that I had wrong. See, now I'll be on my way to make this claim. I'll make it famous in every way. I'll make it stay, then I will save it. And then the chorus one last time. But it was like, I think just that feeling of like, those friends came into the friends that I had in college was really weird. They were all seniors at my high school when I was a freshman. And my memory of it was that as a freshman, I would see them in the hallways. And I would literally think, those seem like the coolest guys in the world. I'll never be cool enough to be friends with those guys. Like I literally thought that. And the only person that was really friends with them that I knew was this guy who was in TV studio with me, who like went to Young Life and was also like this church guy. And him and I stayed in touch. And when I was in college years later, he had contacted me because he was building a recording studio in his house, and he wanted someone to like do some demos with, just to like test the equipment. So he's like, could you come with your acoustic and just sing some of the like silly songs that you've written? Oh. And I did like a couple recordings of that, and he was like, hey, me and my friends bowl on Mondays, you should come with us. And I went to the bowling alley my freshman year of college, and it was literally every person whom 4 years later I thought, man, I'll never be cool enough to hang out with those guys. And for like 10 years, they were like my closest friends. Like I lived with 2 of them for like a decade. Like we became like inseparable, and it was kind of me moving away to California that like broke up a large chunk of that friendship for a while. Not like in like a shitty way, but it was just like, I think a lot of friend groups, they have that one person who's the glue that's always trying to make sure that everyone's doing stuff together. And I was the glue.
Yeah, no,
So,
I've been that as well, and that can be a lot of pressure too, especially when you have like such really good fond memories in order to keep them all together.
And that was the thing. Like, I think for the 6 months that I left, like, they definitely still hung out, but I don't know if they hung out
as much
on the level of like when I was there, it was like Friday through Sunday we were like doing shit. Like there were plans. So I think that there was that feeling of like, oh my God, like this is kind of telling the entire origin story of this friendship of like who I thought these guys were, who they actually turned out to be, and like them becoming my good friend. I don't know, but I love this
really
song.
Sweet.
Love this song.
Oh, Matt, that does my heart so good. But also, like, I feel like you especially are such a man of community, and like you also revel in the beauty of individual community, and I think this makes a lot of sense in terms of the song.
and it probably also makes a lot of sense that the first song I loved by the Rocket Suburb was the next song, Brat Pack.
For about 4 years, I've hated this.
Dude, I love this song. This, I was like, ooh, this is a banger. Ooh, okay. I was like, I should have been skanking to this, like, back in the
For
day.
sure, dude. So let's break these lyrics. I would love to break down as well.
Yeah.
For about 4 years, I've hated this town. There's so much I just want to get out. Since graduation was long ago, please someone get me out of this hole. Because I don't want to get stuck in here when I'm 34 just talking about my high school years. No, I don't want to be there, and I'm feeling stuck right here. Back and forth, side to side, oh my dear. My foot to the floor, I will drive to the place where I can kick it with my friends through the night. A place where we'll talk about now and the past and what the future holds. Hanging out with not much to do, just aimless with each other is what we do. That describes so much of my 20s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where it was like, I can't wait to get out of this town. Like, all I do is run into people that I graduated school with. And like, honestly, as a person who's now 40 years old with 3 children living in his house, I miss when just aimless with each other is what we do. Like, when it was just hanging out with no intentions.
Yep.
Just like, hey, guys, come over. We're going to play Mario Kart. Like, those days are so... I feel like those days...
We could afford
we're
those
gonna be
days. We were
We're going to
not...
be the untested market. We're going to be the untested market because I think that the same way that probably our parents' generation, it was like... My parents' generation was the Dazed and Confused generation. They literally graduated the same year that Dazed and Confused takes place, 1977.
Okay.
And I think for them, I think that movie captures, like, you know, you and your friends would have, like, these huge parties where you're just, like, out drinking and getting crazy.
Yeah.
And then, like, me and my siblings came along, and those parties kind of became reserved for, like, birthdays and major events. But now they're all empty nesters, and... my parents will just like be having a backyard barbecue with their friends for the fuck of it. Just
That's so great.
Because they have nothing going on. So like I can't help but wonder if like for our generation, like for the generation now, that's our generation, when like all of our friends are empty nesters, will we fall back into like just randomly playing video games at each other's houses and like playing like old retro games that bring us nostalgia? And I think we will. Like, I think that it will just be a bunch of 50 and 60-year-olds like busting out the 64 or the GameCube and like putting on the music from their childhood and just like chilling and having fun.
You know what? And I could think of nothing better than to do on a weekend or something like that. Like I would so much rather, like even in a beanbag chair, if I'm in my 50s and I can get into a beanbag chair, great.
Just low pressure. Like low pressure hangs become a thing of the past. And I love a good, that's why I do my movie nights once a month. Like it's like, hey, we're not celebrating anybody. We're not.
You don't have to bring anything if you don't want to.
Yeah, just come with some food to eat and enjoy some trashy movies for a couple hours and like good conversation. I love it. It's why I'm such a big New Year's Eve fan. Like I know some people hate New Year's Eve. I love New Year's Eve. You don't have to bring shit. You're just walking around talking with friends who are at your house. And then there's a set designated go home time, which is like
Yep.
12:01.
I'm actually kind of surprised by that.
Well, if Barb had it her way, it'd be 10:35. But
I agree with her. That is a reasonable hour so that I can do my own decompression chill.
But no, I usually by the second that ball drops, I'm like, okay, we've had our fun. You've been here since 6. Y'all can start moseying on
get
out
out.
of the house now.
It's like that sign that's like, thanks for coming. Please leave by 9.
Yep. Oh, Barb wants to buy that sign so
yeah.
bad.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
She's
yeah.
like, I didn't know I was living with the party man.
Yeah.
So we get to track 8, Treasures. This is, even when I first heard Rocket Summer, I was like, I think this song's about Jesus. This
Well,
was
good.
This one wasn't quite subtle with it.
No, not as much.
But it is kind of
short.
poetic, still in
Yeah.
its way. Night has found its way here, and all I can hear are memories shrill and clear. Like today, man had his way and stole, and what I made, he saw that I was sincere. So use me up, then throw me away. Build your careers and friendships, quote unquote, and frankly, I'm ashamed that I left my name on her lips. Because when it ends, they'll swear it is. So I'll fall asleep and try not to think twice about all the things that forever will kick me down the steps for being too nice. Because everybody's searching for treasure. They'll just dig until they can't get out and die in this dirty digging for treasure. But as for me, I'm giving up and I'm taking my bag and I'm focusing on my treasure forever, because I know that my treasure is heaven. So, it's like a little worship song, but it's not as on the nose of a worship song. And
it's
love.
not long.
It's not long. It's a 2-minute long song.
Yeah.
As much as this is not one of my favorite songs on this album, I love and relate to the line of, they'll kick me down the steps for being too nice.
Yeah.
Because I do think that there is this element of like, yeah, sometimes being a good person means that you just have to accept that people are going to walk on you constantly. And like, that's kind of one of those songs where it's like, hey, you know what? Shit's going to suck and people are going to destroy you regularly, and you just got to not let that get to you.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
How much did you love the next song, though, Story?
Hear me when I speak, and just listen and try not to be.
Because this feels like one you would have loved.
I love this song. This was great. This was like, I was thinking I was still on Treasure because that song is so short, and I looked down and I was like, oh wait, no, this is a different one. I was like, oh, no wonder I'm like really digging these lyrics.
Yeah, dude, the only way I can describe it is like that 1950s piano playing that happens in the chorus where it's doing the like, you don't know just when to stop, you're living like to be on top, so stop that every breathing, just admit the way. Like, oh my God, I always joke around about it with some songs, but I could run through a wall. Like, I get so hyped while I'm listening to this song.
This is your actual crack cocaine, this song.
Oh my God, this song, I could do circles in the room. Like, I watch
song.
like Barb's 3-year-old like get his version of like Zoomies.
Yes.
And I'm like, this is the song that's playing in my head. Like,
So for the listener, I'm currently wearing a referee t-shirt because I have a trivia game that I have to go host at a bar later on today. And I was literally thinking during this song, I was like, hey, maybe I should add this to my playlist just to like get me hyped and going.
why not?
You know?
I bet if you snuck one song from this album into the playlist, there'd be at least one person's like, you know the Rocket song? Because this album sold well. Like, this album was
seems
like
like
kind of a big crossover hit, and like this is kind of like a weirdly beloved album to the people in that time period who were big on MySpace back then. I bet you get.
Okay.
It was the MySpace. It was the MySpace of it all.
I was like, yeah, because I floated around MySpace around that era, and then I think I was more on LiveJournal at that point.
I had a LiveJournal, a Xanga, a MySpace, and a Facebook going. I I was covering all fronts, like
Yeah.
a comedian in the mid 2000s, trying to be on every form of social media. I made sure that I had all my bases covered back then. It's weird to say this now as we're about to go into track 10.
Okay.
If I had one note about this album, I do think it's front loaded. I think that these last 4 tracks, and
I kind of skipped around a little.
yeah, I think if this was a 10 album instead a 10 track
Yeah.
album instead of a 13 track album,
Yeah.
I'd be into it. I don't want to talk too much about Goodbye Waves and Driveways.
That's fine.
I think it's a fine song. Today was the first time I really was like reading the lyrics along with the song.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, these are good, but like it's not anything that I was like floored by.
I'm not going to remember the lyrics and shout them in my
100%.
head. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I can't really do the lyrics or sing any of these, but during this most recent listen through, I was like, man, show me everything you got in Destiny. I feel like I need to give a little bit more
emphasis.
love to, because they were a little bit back to that like upbeat piano vibe
Yeah.
that I'm into. But let's talk about this closer. This like 9-minute epic closer.
4 minutes till they start singing.
Yep.
I was like, okay,
Christmas
Queen,
present.
what are we doing?
Which is perfect. This is leading us into our Christmas season. This is our
Yeah.
Thanksgiving episode, so here we go. Christmas
Oh,
present.
Happy Thanksgiving,
bringing
everyone.
us bringing us into that season. Yeah, 4-minute instrumental, and you know what? Even though it's not doing too much, I could listen to another 4 minutes of this. Like, I just like this instrumental piece.
It's really
If this was
nice.
just a long instrumental song, I would have been like, perfect, no notes.
I skipped around in this song just to be like, okay, are there any lyrics? Like, is this just a beautiful instrumental? Because, like, it's not like I'm mad at it, but
Yeah.
I'm, like, curious. It's almost like a hidden track in a way.
It feels like that. But
Yeah.
now let's talk. I've never really dove deep into the lyrics.
Okay.
So I want to look at this because I think it's interesting that after this 4-minute intro to the final track of the album, the first line is, "What a perfect ending." So it's, what a perfect ending to this film we are watching, because she loves her boyfriend and he has loved his girlfriend. Just like the night sleeps on by, just like the sun wakes the sky, they are so in love like we are so in love. So hug it tight and embrace it. Don't let the world deface it. Just let it shout with amazement as we dance tonight. That's a really, I
Gorgeous.
like that
Gorgeous.
a lot. That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Just like the cold becomes spring, just like a perfect daydream, just like your pretty eyes gleam, we are so in love. Please, mister, spare some change for the poor broken man in need. I'm sick and I'm dying, walking barefoot, just buy me my drink. The truth is that I'd like to die, but I fear where I could go, and that's real. So take a look. I'm so drunk, stupid, and worthless. For some Jesus you feel that's real. So let me get this straight, because I have a question. You're saying he'd listen if I were to speak. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. In fact, I was just thinking he's probably thinking of asking you the same very thing. He wants you to say, you're okay, be my friend. Let me help you, take you out of this lake that you're clearly drowning in. Make me yours, and I'll make you mine. So hey, listen up, friends. Good news is coming. Soon is the end of the world's troubles and all of its sin. So I say, listen up, friends. The good news is coming. Soon is the end of the world's troubles and all of its sin. Gets real Jesus-y at the end, but it's the type of Jesus-y that I actually like.
Yeah.
Where it's just about, hey, don't feel so shitty about your life. Like,
Yeah.
and help someone when you see someone in trouble. Like,
Right.
I like that
Because-
there is this like divide of this song.
There's a divide of the song, but there's also like this very clear emphasis in every like stanza that like you've got different scenarios. You've got like a person in love. You've got, you know, the person who is seeking love via like possibly dying. Like you've got several different imagery, but it's all very focused on like love and comfort.
Yeah.
And that's truly what like I'm like, that's how it should be done. That's how it should be done.
I agree. And, you know, that's the end of this album. I do recommend checking out, like, calendar. I don't think we're going to do more Rocket Summer on here unless a guest is like, oh, I really want to talk about Rocket Summer.
Sure.
Because they kind of, I think this was the last album that even like was fairly overtly religious. I think they kind of,
They moved ahead.
not in like a negative way. They went the way of like a Reliant K and everybody else, where it was just like good pop songs. And if you really, really were digging into the lyrics, you could find like nuggets of spirituality in it. But it definitely became more of like, I'm a Christian who happens to make music. I am not a Christian artist.
Right.
But I mean, I fell off a little bit, but I remember really liking the album after this, Do You Feel?
Okay.
And the two albums before it, the Early Years EP and Calendar Days. I know a lot of people who think Calendar Days is better than this one. I don't agree. But like, if you were into this, I say dig a little bit deeper into Rocket Summer because they have some good tunes. And I hope everyone listening, whether you are a hardcore Rocket Summer fan or we just turned you on to this album, dive into their music and, more importantly, subscribe to our podcast because year's almost over. We're going to talk about some Christmas shit, and I'm very excited about it.
Oh, yeah. Matt is the person to follow for Christmas shit. It's going to be a good time.
It's my time.
It is. The yearly annual Christmasing is happening with Matt Kelly.
Remember when James Cameron nearly directed a Spider-Man movie?
What about when we almost got Batman Year One with Joaquin Phoenix?
Or David Goyer's Flash movie that would have starred Ryan Reynolds?
Well, if you want to learn about all the unmade superhero movies, then check out Superhero Stuff You Should Know.
Hosted by Ben Wan and Alex Ramsey, every month we cover nostalgic superhero movies with deep dives into unmade scripts, early drafts, deleted scenes, alternate cuts, concept art, novelizations, and tie-in novels.
We also interview the people involved in making the superhero films of our childhood, with our past guests including superhero actors, directors, screenwriters, and concept artists.
So remember, that's Superhero Stuff You Should Know, or Superhero SYSK on social media. Check us out on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to the Geekscape Network.